What up, Chipper Chaps? This is Chipper Chap, episode 16.
16.
This episode is featuring myself, Fure,
Me, Chamba.
and special guest,
Grand Kaiser Stone. Yeah.
Guys, that's down.
Guys, this town.
And Kaiser is an artist that we have known for quite a while.
For a long time.
I've not met in person yet. Jeff has, though.
Yeah, we've known Corinne for fucking ages now at this point.
Yeah, it's, what, almost a decade, probably?
Cretaceous.
Probably, close to that, if anything. Close to a decade, no doubt.
Yeah, about a decade, yeah.
That's pretty bonkers when you think about it.
Yeah. You've probably seen his stuff on various places. He's pretty popular on the Instagram.
If you haven't, then open your eyes.
DeviantArts and stuff, and we'll include links to his incredible work. Definitely when the episode goes up, you'll be able to see how this man makes characters into something new and interesting, just in the way that he presents them. Without having to redesign a lot, he makes them fresh and new. It's really interesting. You'll love it. I guarantee it. And if you don't, you're probably not cool, and you should stop listening to the podcast.
But don't stop.
But don't stop, though. Definitely listen more.
But you're still not as cool.
But you're not cool, though. You should probably feel bad about yourself, but don't stop listening.
Or just like his work so you can be cool.
Yeah, just pretend to like it. And then
don't pretend. You have to legitimately like it.
All right, so what's on the agenda first off?
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is now going to be called Secret Warriors.
Yeah, so I think that's the subtitle for it.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm incredibly surprised. I think when we talked about the finale and stuff, I had mentioned that I think that's the way they were going to go, since they have Daisy Johnson's Quake on the show now. It makes sense to bring in characters from that storyline, and I'm curious how they'll do it, especially since they're gonna drop a bunch of Inhumans into the show now. And spoiler alert, if you don't watch the show or haven't seen the last few episodes, Coulson's got a motherfucking robot arm now, so I'm interested to see how that'll work out.
Cran.
Yeah.
Do you know what Secret Warriors are?
I don't follow the comics as closely as you guys do.
Yeah, no, because I'm pretty much, I have no idea what the hell the Secret Warriors are either. Like, Royce is pretty much the only person that is
right. Secret Warriors was a team of superpowered characters that were put together specifically by Nick Fury as part of his Caterpillar protocol, which was, from what I remember, it was something to deal with finding not metahumans, that's DC, but superpowered people that weren't very well known. They were kind of under the radar. People didn't know about them or their powers. They somehow weren't on the registry or whatever. So he could use them to do special missions and shit. And
like
Daisy
Black Ops?
Johnson, and Daisy Johnson was part of that team.
Okay.
Okay. So now that Skye from that show is Daisy Johnson, it makes sense to kind of branch into that team. So
you know what? I have a Marvel handbook from like the 1980s, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think the Secret Warriors were in that book. That's where I heard of them. I think I have heard of them.
They had the Secret Warriors, and they had the New Warriors, which were slightly different. And I think those were definitely 80s.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to see how different the show will be.
A live-action depiction of him, because it's definitely going to be different from the book.
Well, I'm excited to see how different the show will be now that they are focusing so hard on everybody's got powers.
That's true. That's
cool.
But yeah, could be cool. We'll see. Second thing, there's this happened already in the rumor mill a long time ago, but supposedly they're talking about it again. There's a strong possibility Ben Affleck might direct the solo Batman movie coming out. And, he directed Argo and The Town and shit, so why not get him to direct his depiction of Batman? It makes sense. No one's ever done that before. I feel like it would be weird to direct yourself while wearing a giant rubber bat suit, but, I'm sure he can figure it out.
I mean, I think he wouldn't do a bad job. I mean, he's directed other movies where he starred in the.
That's true.
As the lead character, right? And did a pretty good job, right?
Those movies were pretty based in reality, though. I don't know that he's ever done anything like a Batman movie.
But that's sort of how they make a lot of these superhero flicks. Anyway, sort of they're trying to make them as if they're based in reality. So,
well, to some degree, but from the look of the Joker and what's going on in Suicide Squad, if those are Batman's villains, this movie's not going to be based in reality. They got Killer Croc now. They're not going to base it in reality.
I'm sure, like, his direction will be good for the his depiction of Bruce Wayne and how he handles the drama within the human character's life. The action aspect, we really don't know what he's capable of, so...
We don't, but I'm wondering, if Snyder is setting up the principle...
Yeah, maybe.
Then how is Affleck gonna...
Who knows? Maybe it's gonna take a more serious, a realistic tone in when it goes to Batman.
I think it is. I don't think he's gonna stray too far from, what Christopher Nolan and Zack Snyder.
I definitely think they're gonna, man. They're definitely gonna.
It's gonna be interesting
look at his
to
costume.
see. Yeah, absolutely.
This is the first time they're gonna attempt to give us comic book Batman, and I'm fucking stoked for that.
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it, but again, in terms of Ben Affleck directing it, I don't really have any expectations apart from I will watch it anyways. And
my only expectation is I hope they try and make it like a live action version of what the Arkham games are.
Yeah.
If the story is as cool as Hush was, or stuff like that.
Oh man, well that's setting the bar pretty high.
Or like Court of the Owls or some shit like.
But fuck, they could do a Hush movie now that they have Superman and Batman in the same universe.
Yeah, we'll take yeah.
So, is the first movie supposed to be sort of based off of the Dark Knight, the Frank Miller Dark Knight, and then the second?
We don't even know really.
After?
Well, I think that the Superman v Batman or Batman v Superman movie they're doing right now is the one that's based on Dark Knight.
And when they say based on, they don't really say it's like a direct
it's just
copy.
inspired by.
Inspired. So there's probably elements of that's going to appear in the film, but the story is not going to be that story.
Right.
Because then that's weird if it is.
But and then the Batman film after that will be directed by Ben
yes, yeah.
Ben Affleck. Okay.
Yeah.
But some people are saying that it could be a prequel, so they don't have to include Superman in it. They could show him younger just by taking the gray out of the sides of his hair. And have it so that Superman doesn't exist yet, and then they can show the relationship of how Joker becomes what we see him in Suicide Squad. We can see, when he first meets Harley.
I think it'd be more interesting just to see after the fact.
Yeah. I also think so. I think Batman is more interesting tenfold once he exists in the world with all those gods, and he's still just a dude in a bat suit.
He's still just a crazy madman.
Yeah.
Trying to protect his city from a bunch of other crazies.
Yeah, we rewatched Flashpoint last night, the animated one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Kanoy had never seen it before.
Okay.
And so she was blown away by the Bruce's dad
that version of Batman.
Yeah. And then especially when they got to the twist of who Joker is in that world, she was like, "What?" She was losing her shit. But if they did if they emphasized that Batman is basically like Punisher with hella money and no guns, then I think it's pretty interesting. He maims everyone just 'cause.
It could be interesting. I mean, just the direction that Ben Affleck could do it could be quite interesting.
I thought The Town was good. I think he handles
The Town was great.
Yeah. So I could imagine that.
It seems like Ben Affleck, as he got older, just became a better actor, better director. He became much more of an artist.
He matured.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, even though he wrote the majority of Good Will Hunting, but no one really gives him any credit for that. No. As he got older, he seemed to just become much more of a matured artist. in terms of acting.
I think he got a little credit for that. Didn't he win an Oscar or something?
Yeah, he did.
He did. He got, but most people think because that what's his name, Matt Damon, was a smart guy that was responsible mainly for the writing and for that film. So I don't know.
Right.
Ben Affleck just seems like the stupid guy.
I never thought that, but
I like Ben Affleck, dude. I've since day one when they announced him, I've been on board. I think he was a good choice.
Yeah.
But I'm just really hoping for comic book Batman, and I hope because he's such a big fan of Batman's comics.
yeah, hopefully
that they
that'll translate.
include that. Hopefully, yeah. And Court of Owls is a fucking movie. Oh man, I would lose
Can
my
you
shit.
imagine if they did Court of Owls? I'd be like, this, like, nah, fuck him. This is the best. Like,
Oh, it would be dope. But yeah, hopefully that happens and it's awesome.
and if it does,
Next
cool.
up-
Yeah. Next up is they've cast Peter Parker. His name is Tom Holland. He's a 19-year-old British actor.
yeah, apparently he's in some Moby Dick movie with Thor right now.
And they said he's really good in it.
And he was one of two actors that got to actually test with Robert Downey Jr.
But the only
And
actor that
based on the test with Robert Downey Jr., he also tested with Chris Evans.
Yep.
And won the part based on his back and forth with those two.
I would love to see what that was, man.
I really would like to see that audition tape.
Yeah.
And I really want to see how they're going to handle that his chin looks like a tit. If they figure out the chin titty, then it's fine.
The thing about that is that some photos he doesn't have it.
Because they cover it with makeup, and I understand if you're going to cover it with makeup, then cool, but it's not like he's not taking it off. It's not like a piercing where you just make your chin look like a tit. Maybe he got it removed?
Maybe.
Have you seen this kid, Kaiser?
I'm looking at him right now on IMDb. He looks like a regular kid.
He's got like a chin nipple. It's like symmetrical.
right in the dead center of your chin.
Yeah.
Imagine how much more distracting that upside down kiss will be.
It's like the way
Somebody was saying that on somebody commented that when I posted about the symmetrical thing. They were like, the upside down kiss is going to be really distracting now. And yeah, imagine if you're only showing his chin and it looks like a boob.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll that's not going to be part of the character.
I want it to be kind of. I want Robert Downey Jr. to make fun of him about it. Your chin looks like a titty, kid. Here's an Iron Spider suit.
Got a little titty chin right there going for you.
Let me wipe that off. You got a little titty chin.
I like that off.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the kid. I think he looks fine. He looks like young Peter or whatever. If they're going the ultimate route and making him very young, I'm cool with it. He's 19, so he'll probably stay sort of young looking for a while. I'm fine with it. All that stuff equals fine to me.
I would have gone Miles Morales, but okay, keep going.
I really don't think that it would have been a good idea to go Miles right now.
I don't think so.
And I love Miles. He's my favorite version right now.
They've been doing Peter Parker ever since 2000 and ever since Tobey Maguire 2002, 3. Come on, man. It's time.
The thing is though, that was never part
Peter
of
Parker.
This universe. Yeah.
We've never gotten to see how Marvel would do that character, and I want to see that first. Now, I'm cool with Miles down the road. If they want to make it just like the Ultimate Comics, where Miles did take over, then they can do that same storyline. Have him signed on for 4 movies, then he dies, and Miles takes over.
I mean, what? Come on. What's going to be the real difference between Marvel and,
I'm thinking there's going to be a lot of differences, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. Keep him in high school the whole time. Have him know Mary Jane and Gwen and all those people at the same time. Keep it low-key. He's got to do homework and be Spider-Man and make spider-webbing and have friends.
I think the point of having the actual teenage Peter for a while is so that you would see the contrast between the actual
him and
Avengers
the old-ass Tony Stark and shit,
and someone who's a kid. And I think having him be an actual teenager will also open the fact that Marvel can maybe do younger superheroes. Like, for example, the Young Avengers.
It would be way cooler to show how smart he is if he's a kid and also can talk to Tony Stark. Because
he's a genius. Like, people forget that he's a genius.
He's supposed to be a genius. So
they never really showed that.
Well, he played a genius in both
No,
Both
he
movies.
did. He did a little bit of science shit so they could show he was smart. He
Yeah.
never played a genius.
Because he's a
Like they never
genius.
showed he's a savant. Like this kid is supposed to be brilliant. He can have conversations with Reed Richards and the smartest person in the universe and know what's going on.
They
I
never
think that
really
that's
highlight that.
right, and I think that this is an opportunity to do that. If just the fact that he's so young and he's still having the same babble with those
And
And
guys.
he's also a teenager, you know, like so
Yeah.
he's going through these teenage things.
Right.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I'm
And
very
and
excited.
the whole with Miles thing, they could easily do that now. Like that's something that they could clearly do down the path.
They just have to wait long enough to where Jaden Smith is too old to do it, so that they have to pick someone else, and then it's
Someone
fine.
more appropriate.
Yeah, don't get no Jaden Smith.
And you know they would. So just for now, don't do it. Let Jaden Smith be Static Shock, and then we'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, I even though Peter Parker did start off in high school in the first Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire looked like the oldest fucking high school.
Yeah, he was fucking 30 30 as a senior in high school.
Yeah, that
like
Parker is not smart because he stayed back 6 or 7
Right.
If you look back at it now, though, it was really bizarre because I'm like, you didn't really buy him as a high schooler.
I never
No.
did.
And then, like, you see the classmates and stuff, and you're like, they're full-grown adults.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why he graduates in like the first half hour of the movie.
I suppose that makes more sense. Whereas this guy, you're like, he actually looks younger than you think he is.
Right. And even in Amazing, they only had him in high school for the first movie. He graduates at the beginning of the second movie just so they
That's
could be like,
true.
yeah, he looks 30. We'll be done with that.
Whereas this one is like, he could be in high school for the next 3 movies.
Yeah. And I think that's way better. That's why Ultimate Spider-Man to me is more interesting than the current regular Spider-Man comics.
And that's pretty much the direction that they're going with, seeing as the Marvel Cinematic Universe took mostly from the Ultimates.
What I'm really curious about is now with the Marvel brand of how that universe works and with their continuity. Do you think they bring what's his face back to play JJ?
I don't know.
People are wanting it.
They do want it. I know other people could play it, and everybody's only seen him do it, so they're like, he's the best ever that could do it.
Who do you think they could? Who else do you think that could do it?
Off the top of my head, I don't know, but I'm positive there's other actors that do it.
I'm positive
If you
there
asked
are.
me who should play it beforehand, I wouldn't have said J.K. Simmons.
Yeah, I didn't even know who he was before that.
I only knew him from Oz, and I never would have let that guy be J. Jonah Jameson. He was like a Nazi or some shit. So I don't know. I'm sure other people could do it. You never know who's gonna look right in that hair and mustache.
Like, for example, would you actually do that whole look like they did in the original Spider-Man film?
I think that particular look is it's JJ's version of the Spider-Man costume. He has to look like that.
Correct. Can you think of any actor that could do JJ?
That's what I'm sort of. Nah, I can't think of any actor. Right
Like, it's hard because he made that role his.
There was this dude, I can't think of his name now, but he was like, he played a drill sergeant in like every army movie that ever came out. He's a character actor.
Yeah. Drill sergeant. Is it that famous drill sergeant guy?
Right. He's always the drill sergeant.
I think his name is.
You're not talking about the drill sergeant that played in like Full Metal Jacket back in the '80s and shit, right?
I think
right,
that
that guy.
That guy.
Isn't he old now?
I'm sure he couldn't do it now. I'm sure he couldn't do it now, if he's even alive now. But I mean, that guy at that point is what I imagine J. Jonah Jameson to be like.
Yeah.
His name is R. Lee Emery.
Yeah. All I had to do was type in Drill Sergeant Famous and 1,000 pictures of that dude.
Yeah, he's 71 now, dude.
Jonah Jameson could be 70.
He's old.
What's the name of the actress that played? Just Josh Brolin? Is that his name? Josh Brolin?
He's Thanos, man.
He's
He can't be.
Thanos.
Oh, yeah. God damn it.
That'd be
That's
funny.
right.
Guys,
Although, if Thanos was also J. Jonah Jameson, like it's still Thanos, but he's got like a little wig and mustache on.
Oh, that would
Like,
be
what's up, guys? Just
gold.
running the paper. Spider-Man's a menace.
Yeah. I mean, J.
That
Jonah
would be
Jameson,
amazing.
if he wasn't a Thanos, he probably would have. He probably could play a good.
Yeah, maybe he could have. It would
Actually,
have been a
yeah, I could
younger
see that,
version of
yeah.
him than I imagined, but
I could
Yeah.
see him do like
Do it.
sporting the look as well.
But Josh
if he
Brolin,
did it like
he's an old
when
looking
he
dude.
was imitating Tommy Lee Jones in Men in Black,
That's
if he
why.
did that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jonah Jameson.
That sucks. Well, technically, he can still do it because he's not really the face of Thanos.
Right,
He's just
right.
the voice.
They could do a Vin Diesel.
Huh? Oh yeah. As in like double
'Cause-
role.
Right, because supposedly he's going to be somebody else too. But yeah, hopefully the Tom Holland thing works out. I'm sure we're going to start seeing pictures of him pretty soon because they're filming Civil War right now, and he's got a part in it. We know that for sure. So I guess we'll find out what he looks like soon, hopefully. I'm sure there'll be set pictures of his costume before too long.
Unless he's just gonna be as Peter Parker.
Maybe, but I doubt it. They said he's already Spider-Man in this universe.
Oh yeah, that's right. Dang. Oh, I'm curious about the suit, man. Is it gonna be the homemade suit,
That's what I'm saying. Is it gonna
or
look
is it gonna
garbage
be the
until
one that's
they beat
yeah,
them and they
that's
give him something
funded
better?
by the Avengers, by
Yeah,
Shield?
very, very curious. But anyway, so last thing on the list here.
We forgot the Attack on Titan. There we go.
Yeah, there was a new Attack on Titan trailer for the live action movie.
Japanese live action film.
I've not seen the show. I've seen the first episode, I think.
Did they show the 3D gear
Yes.
out there?
Yeah,
In the
they
show,
showed- yeah.
they show
Yep, yep.
like so you've seen it already
Yeah.
In the
I
cartoon.
think it starts out with them flying around in the forest.
in the show.
Yeah, in the show, looking
Okay.
for something.
All right, and yeah, the new trailer's out. It shows more of the Titans. It shows the actual live action version of those like 3D maneuver
Right.
devices things, and yeah,
So you guys have both seen the show.
Yeah.
What did you think of the trailer?
Karan, what do you think?
It looks all right. It's not the trailer doesn't scare me as much as the as much as the cartoon. It seems like they filled this whole movie with nothing but good looking. I don't know. It's just when you film a movie with mainly beautiful people, it takes me out of the film. It's just not as real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying. But
What did you think? Like based on the trailer, we didn't see much from it, but like, what do you think of how the Titans look?
it looks all right. It looked okay. The effects could have been better. I mean, it's 2015.
It's not like a big Hollywood budget, though.
No, it's a Japanese film.
And I think they probably could have waited until more people got noticed or became more conscious of Attack on Titans before they decided to make a film.
Well, I think that Attack on Titan has already hit its peak of popularity.
Yeah,
in
but
Japan.
I'm talking about here in America. Not. I mean, it's not really a household name. I mean, my father don't know shit about it.
Right, but I think that Attack on Titan got as popular as it was gonna get for an anime. Like, there was a good period of time where that's all anybody was talking about was Attack on Titan, and it's like Game of Thrones and anime version, giant monsters and shit, and all that's fine. But I think there's it's not gonna ever get to Dragon Ball where it will be like Dragon Ball when we're older and the kids are nostalgic for Attack on Titan now.
I don't think it is gonna be, dude.
Maybe they will.
I don't think so. The reason why Dragon Ball hit that quickly is because of how long it lasted.
Right.
Attack on Titan it's because it's a short-lived series. They haven't started season 2 yet, but it doesn't.
But they're just about to start doing live-action movies and a live-action TV series, right?
That doesn't all right. Think about it. Death Note was major at one point as well. That's still not as popular as Dragon Ball is.
Nope.
No.
And Death Note was like at one point was stupidly massive.
Right. They were gonna do a U.S. version of that movie at one point, and then
they still might. They say.
I doubt it.
But yeah,
not anytime soon.
The trailer. I'm gonna agree with what Karan said. The whole beautiful thing, like a lot of it looked like a Japanese ad for hair products. For real. For real.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised.
And it's worse
because
right,
ad for a hair product with all the monsters.
When I was in Japan, right, and on the train, the actual main girl in it was the actual model in the ad for the hair product.
Oh, shit.
So that kind of made it a little bit more closer to that. Visuals, I think the whole the 3D what's it called? That wire
the
work
Spider-Man
thing.
machines.
Yeah, the Spider-Man machines. The effects don't really look that good.
They don't.
No.
It looks like they filmed it just right in front of a green screen.
Yeah,
and didn't
it looks way
There's
better
no
in the
movement.
anime.
There's no movement.
Yeah,
to
like
it.
there's no backlash action. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like where there's actual pull.
Right, exactly. That's what I mean by no movement. It
Yeah.
doesn't look like it doesn't look like they're flying. It just looks
No.
like they're having fans blown on them.
Exactly, and like the Titans, I got like a clear view of some of the Titans' faces and stuff, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I mean, it's like
Especially the main dudes.
It's like
yeah.
Agents of Shield in a way.
It's not very good visually.
Yeah, well, you can definitely tell that
Yeah.
some of the actors are just standing on a set.
Now, do you
yeah.
appreciate it more that they tried to do the Titans practically?
I
or
do.
do you go,
I do.
no, it would have looked better CG?
No.
Why did they fuck
I'm
up?
glad that they did the whole it's makeup on actors, because I mean, honestly, I'm not sure if either of you have seen that freaking Hollywood film, that Jack and the Giant.
Slayer, yeah.
Jack and the Giants. That was garbage.
Yeah. I saw that.
Yeah, but that's not representative of everyone's capabilities to do giants.
It's not, but that was much, much worse than what I was seeing in this trailer. Because that was all pure CG. I'm glad they didn't do all pure CG. Here they did a mixture of makeup, CG, but mainly makeup, you know?
Right.
I think it looked like, I thought the
But
Titans
if it
looked
was
cool.
something like with the budget of like the legendary Godzilla or whatever.
Or like Pacific Rim or something.
Right. But if it's like a Titan that's hella big and pushing shit over and looks like it has mass to it. And,
I don't know,
I dug those commercials more than these trailers. The Attack on Titan commercials.
Same guy though, you know that, right?
Well, I don't know what the hell he was doing then. He should have continued that shit.
Well, hopefully, like what we are seeing in the trailer isn't the best example of what the film is going to show.
I also just don't know what people were expecting because I feel like I've never seen an Asian film where the special effects are like at the level that they are coming out of the U.S.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
like
I've never
Cashin was weird. Cashin was
Cashin was just the same way where everything
Yeah.
looked composited and
yeah. Like my favorite
Devilman was like that
Devilman
too.
was fucking garbage.
I thought it was on par.
I
with
thought that
Cashin.
was way worse.
It looked very similar to me. Cashin was prettier, but the effects were at the same level to me.
Maybe I think maybe Devilman just looked really low.
I was gonna name 12. Was that 12 Samurai or some shit like that? But there's not too much.
Yeah, like I was gonna say like Kenshin, but then that doesn't have visual like their visual
Right, that
effects
doesn't have
rely-
giant
yeah,
CGI
exactly.
creatures.
But that was amazing. Like those movies are fucking fantastic. But yeah, I don't know. Like based on the trailer, I would probably like. I'm still curious. I will still watch it if given the opportunity. But based on this trailer, I'm a little bit like, ugh.
But were you ever even way into the series?
No, like I think the series is cool. It drags out a bit. It drags out.
Right.
It's a lot more mystery than it is action.
Yeah.
The manga is just, yeah, but that's its own thing. But yeah.
Well, it's come around the corner. For me, I don't watch the show, so it just looks
Would
like
you would you watch it in the cinema, Royce?
gobbledygook. Me?
Yeah.
No.
No, not at all.
Not even no.
No.
No. No, I don't care nearly enough for that.
Fair enough.
Watch that show.
Watch the show though, for real.
When they put the full proper dubbed version,
Of course, it's got to be dubbed.
It's a great show.
I
Scares the
will
shit.
definitely partake in that. But yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So what's up next here? Artist spotlight.
Artist spotlights.
So who are we checking out first?
Well, what's listed is alright. I'll go first. Masami Obari.
Let's check this guy's stuff out.
Click the link. PP stuff. He was the character designer
this dude.
for the Fatal Fury animes. He also
This guy traumatized my version of what anime is.
Why?
Because the first anime I ever saw in this style before Fatal Fury and everything was was it Go Kaiser?
Galkaiser, yeah.
Yeah, and they had like the weird like incest and the tits are all like floppy.
Yeah.
And they like they fling all over the place. And I know that guy didn't necessarily
Write the
direct
story.
how the titties were gonna move. But that was the first thing I associated his art with was that. But Fatal Fury series was dope.
Yeah. But yeah,
That was cool.
he designed Tekken Man.
And you love Tekken.
I fucking love Tekken Man. But yeah, the Fatal Fury movies, animes, love them. So
Yeah.
this dude, I like this guy surprisingly more. Ooh. This guy is a bigger influence on my artwork than I even realized. Because those Fatal Fury animes were like massive. I used to watch them heaps when I was younger.
Yeah. Which one did you like the best out of the Fatal Fury ones?
That's tough, man, because the two OVAs were good. The first one, Geese, the second
Isn't
one.
one of them like Armor of Gods or something?
That was the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, the movie was Lost.
I think that was the one I saw first because I saw them all out of order.
Yeah, you definitely saw them out of order. The first one is Geese Howard, the second one was Wolfgang Krause, and the third one was the God of... Yeah, the Armor of Mars. Loved them. I loved them. Oh, I don't know. I think the last one might be my favorite because it was...
That was the Armor of God one?
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, the characters...
That one had a lot of crazy action in
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Even though the main villain wasn't part of the actual Fatal Fury storyline, the story was still cool. I liked it. But yeah, I love them all. Dope stuff. His artwork is sick. The way he does his cell shades, it's really specific to his style, and you can learn a lot from looking at it because he's really specific with how he highlights things,
Right.
or where he decides to drop shadow
Mm-hmm.
to give the certain shape that he, to give the certain shape, and it's just it's really good. I love it. Love
Is that the part that you think was an influence on you? Is the
cells? Undoubtedly, yeah. And also, he's posing. I'm looking at a lot of his like action posing, where he poses robots, and I'm like, fuck, that's where I got it from.
I always really thought his stuff was dope, but I always thought that he drew faces really weird.
His faces isn't like it's it's a specific look to it. Like I bought his art book when I was in Japan. It's like a rare book, I guess, but I love it. Just to have it in my hand, just to flick through the pages and stuff. He draws robots amazing because he can capture like so much energy. I love the energy that he has in his work.
Yeah, his stuff is pretty solid, man.
Yeah.
Pretty solid.
So,
I like when artists can draw robots with fluidity. And, instead of them being stiff as
Exactly. Like I know people like, oh, it's made up a lot of straight lines, but he uses straight lines and stuff, but it's still got so much energy. There's so much life to it's the mecha. So I love his stuff.
It's cool.
Yeah. Go, Karan. You're next.
Oh, my artist, his name is Robert Valley. Yeah, he does storyboards. This guy did a lot of storyboards for the Gorillas, videos. He's an animator. He did some stuff for Warner Brothers and for himself. He's an illustrator. He's got a couple of books out there. I don't know if you guys are putting the link up on the website, but
yeah, they'll definitely be a link.
Your viewers can check out that link and see his fantastic work. But yeah, Robert Valley, he has sort of an old school but new school sort of thing that I like.
His wide format prints are crazy.
Yeah, man. He worked with what's the guy that did forgot his name. Alvin, I forgot to do his name, but he did work for the Liquid TV. What was that Liquid TV show?
Oh, what's the Aeon Flux?
Aeon Flux? Yeah.
Worked with the guy who created the Aeon Flux back in the day.
Oh, nice.
And learned a lot from him and went on to do his own thing and became an extraordinarily awesome artist. And I'm a fan, so check this guy's work out.
Yeah, he's working.
You definitely do. Yeah, these especially those wide format ones are mind blowing to me.
His sense of color.
Yeah.
His choices are fantastic.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Because it would seem random, but it's like it's not. He knows what it might be random to him, but he knows what he's after. And if you just say what his colors are going to be, you're probably like, that wouldn't work. But you look at it and like, yeah, it does work.
They're programmed in his brain.
I like it. I like his stuff. It's lots of
character. He throws color on the parts of the scene that he feels is much more,
emphasis,
much more important than the other. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Oh, you can buy his books in PDF.
His sequentials are pretty interesting too. That style I've never seen done in a comic before.
Yeah, and he does a lot of his sequentials like he would his storyboards. That's why they're much easier to to figure out or decipher as you one panel to the other. Because he's basically almost like storyboarding his comic stuff.
That's awesome. His books are available on his site, and they're very affordable. I'll probably grab a bunch of them, actually.
I don't know.
He's got five. Yeah, he's got 5 of them up there. They're like $10 each. You can get the whole PDF. It's pretty rad.
Yeah.
That's for those comics.
Like if you look at the on the website, on the books. You can get all 5 digital downloads for $40.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, I might do that actually.
If you go to the blog link, you can see the actual pages.
Oh, okay. No, they're available as PDFs.
Yeah, it definitely looks cool enough to grab them all.
I'm gonna peep them. Yep, I might grab them afterwards.
There's one in particular of a dude sitting in front of a table, and the table has like piles and piles of beer bottles on it. But it rolls with your eye in a way that is crazy. Yeah. He makes your eyeball do a camera move, and it's nuts.
Yeah. Which is something that I always loved. I always sort of, in my work, and I love sort of navigating the eye, and I love artists that can do that. And, she's one of my favorite artists that can actually, get your eye moving from one place to.
That's storytelling right there.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Like without having to have an arrow pointing to it, but you're like, because of because you're following the movement in the image, you're like, oh, that's where I'm supposed to look.
Yeah, man.
That's really good. Yeah, I might grab the digital formats of his book. That's pretty rad.
Yeah. Cool.
I really like the way he did the one with the long panel of the car, kind of driving through a panorama. I don't know if you saw that one. It's on the Prince page.
Oh yeah. It's rad.
The way that he did that is very interesting to me. The elements that he decided to reuse on each side and break up the symmetry is really interesting to me, because you go like, it's interesting because it's something that I wouldn't have thought about even attempting to do before working digitally. The way that he's pieced together that background, and it looks fucking stellar. You'd have no idea.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'll definitely check out more of that. My choice this week is just someone on DA that I found recently that I thought was good. Moonlight Orange.
I saw his stuff before a couple days ago. He does like really cool highlights.
Yeah, there's a few that are even animated. Like he'll have a thing on there twice.
Oh yeah. That's right.
One will be regular, and one will be animated, and I think it's really interesting looking.
To show the animated version.
Yeah, and it's simple enough to where you're like, yeah, why wouldn't you do that?
It's
just have a moving print.
Yeah, it's a glowing.
Like go to the one with the girl with the 4 hands.
What's the title of that one?
That one is Wii U Girl.
Yes.
And also the Xbox Girl one is cool.
I checked the Xbox. Oh, the Wii U one, the hands are moving. That's rad.
Yeah, and I like the way that the like electricity moves and stuff is really stylized and interesting. Yeah, I just like the idea of it. I think it's really, really different. I haven't seen a lot of that with just, pinups. But yeah, so that's my choice for it. I think it's really cool. I've been trying to do more digital paint stuff, so it's been interesting to check out how other people handle it. But yeah,
I like his
dude
colors.
Does lighting real well. I like his color choices. Like I really like the morning coffee one. The way that he handled that one, even though it's just plain, there's nothing that, like super crazy about it. I like the way that the tattoo work looks.
I like the thighs. They look great.
Yeah, it looks very natural.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely check them out. Check all of them out. They're all
we'll have all the links up, so yeah, people can check them and should check them out for sure.
Yeah, this guy's sense of anatomy is right on. I like his work.
He looks like he gets it. And music choices.
My choice is a hip hop group called Clear Soul Forces. The song I'm gonna pick is called Opening Theme. It's produced by this producer called Nameless Beats. I used to listen to this guy's beats for like a couple years back. He had like this compilation where he would sample video game music, and that's where I discovered Clear Soul Forces from there, or might have been prior to that, but yeah, they got a new album out this year, and this song I really liked, so that's my choice for this one.
His most popular, or their most popular track is Ninja Rap on Spotify.
That one's a good one. Yeah, check that one out. You should check that one out. But they've also got a track called Neverland. I bloody love that one. Neverland is my favorite. Is still my favorite song from Clear Soul Forces.
Oh well, why didn't you recommend that one?
Well, because I figured I'd pick a song from their new album.
Okay.
Yeah. Royce.
Is that Neverland track on Spotify?
I don't think so. I don't think it was, actually.
Oh, that's a shame. I wanted to check it out.
Yeah, I don't.
All right, so my one of the things is it's less about the music per se, but it's more about the dancing in it. Is really well done. Plus, I have a strong guilty pleasure when it comes to hip hop music, and it is E40. I love E40. I think he's hilarious, and the way that these two girls, Larson Thompson and Taylor Hadala, they dance to this E40 verse. is pretty great. Well, how they dance to the whole thing is pretty great, but in particular how they dance to that E40 verse. The song is called IDF WU, which I'm sure is I don't give a fuck about you, or I don't fuck with you. Actually, is the name of it. They say it over and over. And the second song that they do, or the second video, is another one of those two girls. They call themselves the fraternal twins, but they're two young girls that dance to this hip hop music.
Are they good dancers?
I think they are exceptional dancers, especially for their age. The smaller one, I believe, is 11.
Okay, that's pretty hardcore.
Yeah, so they definitely get it in. I think it's worth checking out. The second one is 3 slices of songs.
Oh, okay, interesting.
And they dance to one that's called Dum Dum that Jeff and I were listening to recently, which the beat was done by the guy that did the Harlem Shake video that went crazy.
Yeah. Oh, that beat was cool.
Yeah, so they dance to that in the second one, and it's really interesting. Their dance styles are kind of different for each one. It's really cool.
That's interesting that you picked that your choices at this time mainly revolve around dancing.
Hey, why not? It's still music.
That's true. All right.
Yeah, so definitely check it out. I think it's pretty interesting.
We'll have the links up so you check them out for sure.
Very cool.
And Karan's last one.
Oh, I'm still looking at these girls' facial expressions as they dance.
Oh, aren't they nuts though? Aren't they nuts? Especially in the first one with the blue outfits.
Yeah. Wow.
They go ham on the faces, especially the little one, because they do a lot of close-ups of her going ham on the faces.
Yeah. Okay. So my song, this song is like 2 years old, and I'm pretty sure everyone knows it. I listen to a lot of obscure music, most of the time, but every now and again I'll listen to like some very commercial stuff, and this one, this song is called "Waves" by Mr. Probes, which I'm pretty sure everyone knows. They've heard of it. But I sort of started listening to it like 5-6 days ago and became addicted.
It's just your current jam, huh?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
You know, you pick one song and you just listen to it on repeat for.
Yeah, that happens, man. It's weird how that happens.
There's like a video on YouTube where you can listen to this song for an hour straight. And
I love how they do that. It's like 10 hours of one song, and I'm like, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Let's have it in the background.
Yeah, just based on because the song's really short, I could imagine you'd want it to be longer. But it's definitely something I could imagine you can kind of zone out with.
Yeah, pretty much.
And just, whatever you're working on or doing, like complete focus. It's just pleasantness. Yeah. Audio pleasantness.
Yeah, sometimes, I'll try to get my father to listen to it. Hey, Pops, what do you think of this song? Do you like it or not? And he'll say something like, you mean that song you've been playing over and over again? I said, yeah, this one is no, I don't like it. Mainly because you've been playing it, over and over again. That's a fun.
I'm very familiar with that problem.
But now that's the song I've been listening to lately. Waves by Mr. Probes.
And we will definitely include links to all these. And if Jeff is editing it, he's fancy, so you might even hear some of it while we're talking about it.
I'll pop it on.
But I think with that said, that pretty much concludes everything, right? We might stick in a little bit of that section of him talking about what he's been up to.
Maybe, yeah, because I'll have to find the right time to cut it, but otherwise...
Right.
If not...
But I think that pretty much covers everything.
Yep.
It was nice to have you on the show, Mr. Kaiser.
Yeah.
And
hopefully we'll have to participate in the cover with us this time.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I shall.
That's the good part about bringing on guest artists. It
is. Although, yeah, he'd have to record a video, unless he can't.
He doesn't have to.
That's true. He could just be part of the cover. That's right.
Oh no, I can do it. I'll do it for you guys. Oh, it's gonna be fun.
So maybe he'll even be in the video portion.
In the video, that'd be good.
So
Yeah.
hopefully we'll have you on again at some point.
Yep.
On the next one, we're gonna have another guest. Should we say who it is now, or should we wait?
Because we won't really know if it's fully confirmed until that date comes. So
it's not it's not. We're not having Stanley or anything.
Yeah, I know.
Use your shit, but
We're just gonna have like another artist,
friend.
mate. Yeah.
So we'll see you on the next one. And until then, stay chipper chaps.
Stay chipper.
Chipper chaps.
Excellent.